Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Utku, kanalıma hoş geldiniz. Vampyr'a kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. En son burada bırakmıştık. Ya orada birini gördüm. Yaratık geziyor. Neyse, görev yerine gidelim.
It's locked.
Kapı kilitli. Sığınak mı mevcut? Sığınaktan bahsediyor herhalde. Buraya nasıl gidebiliriz şimdi? Kapı kilitli. Dolanacağız herhalde. Bu taraftan mı gideceğiz? Sanırım. Neyse şu yolu takip edelim bakalım. Aha, sığınak. Burada mı lan yoksa? Yok, burada değilmiş. Aşağıdan millet birbirini yiyor. Vampirler de sokağa inmiş. Bunlar birbirini yiye dursun abi biz. Gelip aha! Bana saldırdın ha? Ellemeyecektim ben seni. Kendin kaçındın abi. Of, gözüm yanıyor ya. Boğam kokusundan gözüm yanıyor ya. Ne oluyor abi? Adam neden yavaşladı ya?
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
Neyse, kafa açtın ya, çok kustun ya, kafa açtın ya. Abi biz öbür tarafa nasıl geçeceğiz? Şunları tokatlayalım. Bana mı baktın birader? Staminam bitti. Öteye bakalım bir neredeyiz? Aykor tehdidi. Hah, şuradan geçiş var. Gel. Değerli geçişi de bulduk abi. Burada bir lootlayalım.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Selam. Aha. Solu kaldırmak yok. Yakaladın mı vuracaksın abi. Nefessiz bırakacaksın adamı. Abi iyi tutacak parçası arıyordum. Her yerden iyi tutacak çıkıyor ya. Şu teyzeye ne oluyor ya? Aha. Lan. Şunu öldürelim de üstümüze kusmasın. Of of of, leş gibi oldu ortalık. Gel lan. İyi vuruyor ha. Şeyin mermisi az olduğu için pek kullanmak istemiyorum pompalını. Ama mecbur bırakıyorlar bazen. Sağlam can götürüyor pompalı. Burada bir şey yok. Bat yakası.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
En sonunda düzgün bir yere geldik.
Women die too in this war.
Evet, sığınak vardı, o sığınağı bulamadık ya. Tamam, o sığınağı açalım da öyle gelelim buraya. Sığınağı açıp öyle gelelim abi. Sığınak candır. Şuradan. Doğru yolda mıyız ya? Kafam karıştı ya. Bura ne?
Fresh water. As long as it's not holy water, I may find some use for it.
Şimdi. Böyle gideceğiz abi. Buradan döneceğiz. Burada da bir teyze var. Kusan teyze, kusan teyze. Abo, lan. Teyze çok kötü ya. Teyzeyi keselim önce. Of. İki serseriyle baş edemedik ya. Ye şu fareyi hemen.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Az daha gidiyorduk abi ya.
This is despicable.
Sığınak da nerede abi ya? Hah, bulduk vallahi. Hiç daha önceki sığınaklarımıza benzemiyor, tertemiz. Küçük anahtar burayı mı açıyor? Yo. Ne böyle ya? Kapı açıldı, ha, buraya açıyormuş.
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
Ha. Korktum ya. Annesiymiş. Ana, kendi evimize mi geldik ya?
Is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister?
Anne Mary öldü ya, unuttum
Where
ya.
is Mary?
Mary?
Annemiz herhalde Alzheimer.
She is gone.
Abi soğan da gözümü yaktı
I
bunun
know
ya.
she's gone.
Soğan
The
soyduk.
question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Annemiz kafayı yemiş.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on...
I recently met a talented painter.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name?
She's not famous, and her name is of no...
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother...
Do you need anything, Mother?
I just want you to stay with me, John.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise.
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you.
Mother?
Not really. I don't go out much.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope...
Of course not. When I go out, you're...
Have you returned to...
I never want to go back to that awful place.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes.
Why do you say Mare?
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now?
Mary öldü anne, Mary
really is
öldü.
dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson? And my son-in-law?
But
Anne kafayı
Oh,
yemiş.
it breaks my heart to have to tell you this.
Anne, aha lan baban dedi. Dur baban.
Father seems to have left me some...
No, Johnny. But your father...
I remember now. He used to post me these riddles.
Your father was always so proud each time you...
I was proud too. How could I forget?
The important thing is that...
Could Father have...
I really can't say, Johnny.
Görüşmek üzere anne. Sen burada takıl kafana göre. Burada dışarı çıkıyor. Şura nereye çıkıyor? Bu kim ya, babam mı?
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan.
Avery ha, bu da şey uşağımız
I
herhalde.
can't believe my own...
I know, Avery.
Miss Reid expected you to return to a sit...
I found an old letter written by...
Your father wanted me to give you this letter.
I realize now you knew...
No, sir. Mr. Reid...
How is my...
Not well, I'm afraid, sir.
The police?
Miss Reid was found walking in the...
Perhaps we could arrange a short...
I'm afraid Miss Reid is too frail.
Has she received...
I'm taking care of Miss Reid myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
What is the situation?
For a time, the West End seems spared.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my
I'm sorry
Your mother was strong.
to be present at the funeral.
I would not dare.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel...
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I
Sadık
promised your
uşaklardanmış
father
Ever'de Alfred
I'd
gibi.
take care of his family.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more.
Vay be.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
You really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
My home is here, and I have nowhere else to go. But this house will need some improvements if I move here. Some radical changes.
That's good news. Whatever changes you have in mind, I'm sure we will find an arrangement that suits your mother also.
Sağlıklı.
Goodbye.
Teşekkür ederim
Of course.
Avery. Kendine iyi bak.
All countries unite! Women die too in this war!
Kimmiş ya?
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire,
Nasıl
don't
anladım
kill
vampir olduğumu
me.
ya?
Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reid. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Evet, burada doğdum.
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reid?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste, even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich?
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Burada ne yapıyorsun?
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night
benziyor
since
ya.
I am a woman?
Şeyi melez herhalde.
Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires.
Emily yanlış yollarda, yanlış sularda yüzüyor.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reid. And please, don't tell my mother.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me. and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reid? Or you?
Hayır.
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reid.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Acayip olmalı. Görüşmek üzere.
She's been quite...
Charlotte. Evet, gölge dolap. Ascalon derneğine geldik.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Burada bir ufak çaplı çatışma çıkmış.
There has been quite a battle here.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Nerede Lord? Burada bir yerde herhalde. Buraya bakalım da öyle gidelim abi. Bak para varmış burada. Burada da bir loot var. Burada loot. Loot. Her yer loot abi.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
Vampirler toplanmış.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reid. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here!
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reid.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Yakın bir arkadaşımdır.
She's a close friend, and I'm honored that she feels the same about me.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why do you suddenly need me?
The Ascalon Club only recruits the best, and you definitely fit the bill. Your scientific and medical reputation alone would qualify you as a candidate.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reid, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
Sen ilgilendirmez kardeş.
It's of no concern of yours.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reid. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Katılmak istiyorum.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reid, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Adamın vampiri bile ahlaklı vatansever ya. Anımızla imzalıyoruz.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Hadi bakalım, vampir kardeşliğine de katıldık. Lord Redgrave ile konuşalım bakalım.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied skulls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reid, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the skulls.
Skulls are hostile vectors of contagion, that is a fact. But first and foremost, they are victims.
I agree, Dr. Reid. Most of the new skulls who roam the streets at night used to be good British citizens. But they must be put down nevertheless.
So,
Katılıyorum vallahi Lord Grave.
what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reid. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Vatandaşları enfeksiyon hakkında sorgula. Yeni görevimiz. Batı yakasındaki hastalığın kaynaklarını bul. Kimi sorgulayacağız abi? Temel kaynaklı alakalı yerlerle konuş. Dışarı çıkıp vatandaşlarla konuşacağız. Evet. Bak beni unutma abi, daha geri geldiğimde şey istemiyorum, geri döneceğim.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Vatandaşlarla konuşalım. Bununla konuştuk zaten de belki yeni şeyler açılmıştır. Evet.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Goodbye.
She's been...
Şurayı söyledi bize. Şu diğer vatandaşlarla da konuşalım bakalım. Şurada bir dayı var. Merhaba dayı.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are...
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reid.
Welcome, Dr. Reid. Welcome to my humble shop.
Kişisel sorular. Yakınlarda bir ailem var mı? Adam sana ne dese ne diyeceğiz ya?
Died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Londra'nın yalnız gurmesi mi o ne ya?
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Yalnız mısın peki?
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
How is the
Life is good and
Are you not concerned?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would...
I'm afraid the news...
Well, that's news.
Is it not a little...
On the contrary, it is the
But what about the
Please, sir.
So you...
Oh, I also
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city.
Böbrek turtası mı o ne ya?
I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Bu da mı vampir yoksa?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
I must confess, I have quite
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the
Tamam, paylaşırım.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand?
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
I may have...
Herkesin de bir şüphelendiği şey var ya. Hastalığın ikinci kaynağına ulaş. İkisini de tespit ettik. Tamam, önce şuraya ulaşalım. Şöyle bakalım bir. Şuradan. Tamam, şuradan ulaşacağız oraya.
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
Rahat bırakın lan milleti. Çekilsiniz ya. Anca arkam dönükken gel. Anca arkam dönükken gel. Şimdi acaba arkadan şöyle bir tane... Hani orada adam varmış. Hello. Hello, sir. Oo, vurdu vallahi. XP'm birikmiş ya. Aslında level atlamanın tam zamanı. Bir sığınak bulup level atlamamız lazım. Sığınak şuraya. Neyse, önce şu görevi bir yapalım. Sonra level'ımızı atlarız.
I cannot enter.
Bu taraftan açılmıyormuş kapı. Tamam, biz de öbür taraftan açarız.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Şuradan. Hop.
This woman's body has multiple lacerations. They're deep, too. Whoever did this was driven by rage.
Her yerde loot burada.
He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out. He was a victim of brutal torture. This one's neck is broken. He was young. Probably the son.
Kesin burada bir yaratık var, onunla kapışacağız. Bu da mı kusan yengeden ya? İğrençsin.
You killed your family.
They mocked my talent.
Oo, Eliza level 28 lan.
Such a radical mutation.
Vallahi istediğin kadar level 28 olur.
The disease's evolution.
Bir oturmaya kestik vallahi. Oyunculuk okulundan mektup. Kızı okula kabul etmişler.
This girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher acting school.
Kaynağa ulaşalım. Kaynağa gitmeden önce bir evimize gidip level atlayalım abi. Bayağı bir XP'miz birikti ya. Lan orada parlıyordu. Ha, kapının ışıktan parlıyormuş. Bizim ev şuraydı. Odamıza gidelim, bir level'ımızı alalım. Şimdi biraz ilaç da yapalım. Koyu kıvamlı zengin kan örneği. O güçlü kan serumu. Perçinimiz yok buna yeteri kadar. Verilen hasarı %10 artırır. Evet, basalım abi. Abi şimdi biraz uyuma zamanı. Yanımızı fullleyelim ve son seviye canı da açıyorum arkadaşlar. Dayanıklılığı da artıralım. Diğer göreve gidelim. Şey yapabiliyoruz mu ya? Bir dakika. Onunla da mermi. Mermi yapamıyoruz. Keşke mermi de yapabilsek. Yine mi sen lan? Ben seni kesmedim mi? Atlayacak. Bana niye atladın birader? Şunu atlasana. Bu taraftan mıydı? Yok, şu taraftan.
That building is under quarantine.
Şu taraftan bir şey.
Could this be what I'm looking for?
Şurada olabilir mi ya? Bir dakika. Yok abi. Şu taraftan. Canavarı var, vampiri var, gusanı var, her şeyi var abi. Yok be, burada değil abi. Şurada ince bir yol var diyor. Ha tamam, yukarı. Tamam, eyvallah, bulduk. Şunu keselim de başımıza iş açmasın. O ne lan? Teyze, senin nasıl haberin oldu ya? Aha. Al, aksiyona biri daha girdi. Atlayacak, kaç kaç kaç. Canımızı artıralım da öyle gidelim. Oo, dikkat çekici pompalı tüfek ne ya? Ha, benimkinden eski, benimki mükemmel. Bir şey yok abi. Şurayı. Şurayı da lootlayalım. Bir tane mi? Yapma. Lan artık. Bir nereye ışınlandı? Hallettik abi, bunları da hallettik, güzel. Aşk mektubu. Mektubu ne ya, mektubu. Salgının kaynağı Doris Fletcher mı? Öğren.
Doris Fletcher seems to be the missing link here. It can't just be a coincidence.
Evet.
I should go to her acting school.
Bu bölümü burada bitirelim arkadaşlar. Yeterince uzun oldu. Daha fazla uzun olmasın, sıkıcı olmasın. Diğer bölümde Grant Guignol görevimizden devam edeceğiz. Kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. Kanalıma abone olmayı unutmayın. kanalımı arkadaşlarınıza önermeyi unutmayın. Diğer bölümde görüşmek üzere. Kendinize çok iyi bakın.